Austria says it will deport 50,000 unsuccessful asylum seekers.
Yo guys, what is good? What is popping? Welcome back to another video. Please, this video is for all immigrants across the EU and outside the EU. Today we have two countries that we want to talk about. Please, you have to share this video for me. Each and every migrant in the EU and outside the EU have to get the video. It's about Austria and Denmark. Austria and Denmark. Currently, Austria want to do mass deportation, and I'll be leaving you to watch the video too. And also, Denmark want to send immigrants who are asking for asylum currently in Denmark to Rwanda to continue their asylum seeking. So you have to watch the video to your end and share the video to each and any immigrant in the EU and outside the EU. You know, in the previous years, because of the Koro things, they did not concern about immigrants. But now that we are free from this Koro things, the EU have tightened their belt well. Now let's start from Denmark. They are saying Denmark wants asylum seekers to be transferred to reception centers outside the EU. Whilst their requests are being processed, they have held talks with Rwanda whilst trying to garner support from other EU countries for their controversial plan. Denmark seeks EU collaboration in sending asylum seekers outside bloc. Copenhagen has held a talk with Rwanda over its controversial asylum plan as it calls for Europe-wide support in establishing a migrants reception center outside of the EU where it can transfer people applying for asylum. Denmark has said it wants people seeking asylum in the country to be transferred to reception centers outside the European Union. Whilst their requests are being processed, Migration and Integration Minister Kari said on Wednesday, January 25th, that Denmark want to collaborate with other EU countries to transfer asylum seekers to centers outside the bloc. The word to the wise is enough. So if you are an immigrant and you like running up and down from country to country without document, this 2023, you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful because all the countries have started their propaganda on migrants. It is not only Denmark and this Austria. All the EU countries have even started, and even the EU is supporting them. So you have to tighten your belt. You have to know how you will get your document at your first asylum request. That is it for you. And now let's continue with Austria. Austria is saying that if you are immigrant in Austria and you want them to deport you voluntarily, you can come. They will deport you and they will give you 500 euros. But their main deportation is also going to happen. So this time around, if you are a migrant and you enter the country, if you seek for asylum, know how you are going to get your document at the first time for your asylum, because any rejection, anything that make them reject you for the first time, then the next thing will be something difficult. And if you like moving from country to country, from Italy to Germany, from Germany to France, you got to stop it, because this 2023, I don't know why these people are tightening their belt like that for immigrants in the system. So this is the update I have for you. Denmark is trying to send all the asylum seekers to Rwanda to continue their asylum seeking, and also Austria is going to deport, and if you are willing to go home by yourself, voluntary deport, they are going to give you 500 euros. So guys, this is the update I have for you today, and if today is your first time watching me, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and be part of the family. And if you have not yet followed our Facebook page, please go and follow the page, and if like, at least share some of our videos. That will give us morale to give you update day in and day out. Thank you very much for watching and remain blessed. Let's watch the Austria deportation video.
Austria initially welcomed hundreds of thousands of people back in September, many of them on their way to Germany, amid an initial outpouring of public sympathy. In recent months, the government has made it clear it wants to reduce the number of arrivals, saying asylum claims will be capped at 1.5% of the Austrian population over the next 4 years. Austria says it will deport 50,000 unsuccessful asylum seekers in that time, and it's added countries like Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia to a list of safe countries of origin, meaning deportation rulings to those countries can be made in a matter of days rather than months. The Austrian government also says it will give 500 euros to migrants who are willing to be deported. As a European solution to the refugee crisis remains out of sight, countries are increasingly taking measures into their own hands.
Austria says it will step up the deportation of migrants by sending at least 50,000 home over the next 4 years. Vienna is following Sweden's lead after it announced plans to deport up to 80,000 migrants last week. Austria has also added Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia to the list of countries it considers safe to return people to. Citizens of those countries will find it more difficult to gain asylum. Elena Casas has